Oh, hey! In this new gear video, we're going to be talking about the DJI Ronin S and how to set it up. Okay, so we have all of our parts here. The first thing you want to do is you want to take the tripod handle, screw it onto the hand grip. Just goes onto the bottom, like so. Open the tripod up. You can stand it up. Then we're going to take our gimbal, and it just slides into this groove on the top here, like so, and there's a lock on the side right here. You just take that and tighten it. It's all locked in nice and tight. So next thing you want to do, there's a power button on the side right here. So we press till the green lights come on. So that means the grip power is on. We won't turn the power on the gimbal yet. Okay, so then we take our mounting plate, put it on the bottom of the camera. Also, when you're putting the camera on, make sure you have everything on the camera that you need, because once you balance this once, it's going to stay the way it's balanced. So if you want to have the screen flipped out, have the screen flipped out when you balance it. If you want a different lens on it, make sure you put the other lens on it when you balance it. If you want to have anything else hanging off of this camera, it has to be on when you balance this. So then we slide this in. There's a lock on the side right here. Just lock it. And then it's just going to hang there. So the first thing you want to do is find a spot where the camera will balance and sit upright. So it's going to be back here. We're going to take this guy, loosen him up, push him all the way over, like so. And the camera seems to be balancing pretty good right there if I take my hand off it. But it's not perfect, so we have to set everything else in every other place. So the next thing you want to do is you're going to take this and loosen it. We're going to adjust the camera to where it'll sit straight. This will take a little bit sometimes, and it's pretty close in there where it's going to sit. You're not going to have very much room either way. So that's pretty close right there. This back one just needs a little bit more adjusting. Okay, so it's sitting pretty good. Seems a little bit front heavy. We'll just pull it back just a little bit. So it's a little back heavy there still. That's pretty good right there. So the next thing you want to do is you want to hold it in a pointing upright position and take your hand off. If it stays up like that, it's great. You haven't got to change anything. If it doesn't stay up, just adjust this one here until it'll stay flat. And then the next thing is, whatever position you put it in, it should stay where it is. So this one's still tilting back a little bit, so it's a little high on this. We're going to bring it down just a little. It might be a little much. Every movement's going to be really fine in adjusting this. That's pretty close right there. Back and forth. And it's staying in its position everywhere I put it. Okay, so that's pretty good. You're not going to get it much closer than that. The next thing you want to do is you want to lean the camera ahead and see which way it falls. So we're doing pretty good. It's not falling any way other than ahead like that, which is fine because that's where the weight all went. So if the camera had slipped this way or this way, you would just have to do an adjustment on this bar here and this bar, back bar here a little bit until when you leaned it ahead, the camera just fell straight. See, it's trying to do it a little bit that side, but that's not enough to do any change. So that's pretty good right there. So the next thing you want to do after your grip is all powered on down here is there's a power button on the side of the camera right here. I'm just going to adjust this just a little bit. Seems to be a little bit back heavy. So okay, so the next thing you want to do after your grip is powered on, you did that first. So we turn the power button just on the side here. Press and hold. All the lights will come on. It will ding. And there, it's set. So you don't want to hear any grinding noises from any of the motors. If you hear any grinding noises, immediately turn it off because it's going to burn the motor out and it's not calibrated properly. So you just want to go back, run through all the steps to make sure it's balanced nice. And remember, it has to stay in each position where you turn it to make sure it's balanced. And then you try it again and it should balance properly. But once it's balanced, all you got to do is just use a little handy dandy remote here. And there you go. That's the Ronin calibrated and ready to use. Okay, so the other cool thing about this, obviously this lens is all manual. There's no automatic focus or iris adjustment on it. But if you have a lens that will work with your GH5 or your Blackmagic, whatever you're using, that will use automatic functions. You can just plug this little handy cable that comes with the DJI right into here, like so. And it's USB Type-C. So we just open the side of the camera and plug that into there. And now, just by lightly pressing the red button here, it will focus to whatever position is in the center of the lens, or whatever position you set on your parameters on your camera to focus at. And that's all you got to do. So if you just lightly press it, it will focus. If you press in it all the way, it will reset this back to start. But if you just lightly press it, it will continue to focus in whatever position you're pointed at in the center of your camera. But that only works with lenses that have the automatic function. And that's that. I hope you found this informative. And remember, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact the co-op and I'll be happy to answer them for you. And remember, I'll see you on the next one.